Guys, I'm back today. I have another variation of a fun fold card for you. I've been all about these flap cards because one, they're a great way to use up some pattern paper, which is my New Year's resolution for this year. Two, they're a lot of fun and they add some really cool interest to a card. And there's so many variations on them. They're just a lot of fun to make. They never really get boring. So today's variation, I'm going to use a stamp as my flapping mechanism. So this is a really large coffee stamp, as you can see here, and I stamped that on actually several different pieces of paper. I'll show you that process here in a second. And on the outside it says coffee is, on the inside it says jet fuel for the morning impaired. So let me show you how to do this because it is really easy and a lot of fun. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to start off with a piece of cardstock that is 4 1/4 by 11 inches. And I cut off 1 1/4 inches on one side. We're going to save this because we're going to use that part later on our card. The next thing we're going to do is take our scoreboard, and at 4 1/4 we are going to create this score line, and this creates the base for our card. So again, super easy thing to do. The other things that we need to complete this card is I have a piece of 4 inch by 5 1/4. That's going to be our mat for the inside for writing our message. And then you need some way to decorate this outside piece. I used a piece of 4 inch by 4 inch decorative paper. We can actually go ahead and adhere that on already, so we don't have that to worry about anymore. And I really like how this bright paper, you know, brightens up the card. We can't adhere this yet because we're not quite ready for that step. The other thing I did is I took that coffee stamp that we talked about and I stamped it on a couple different shades of cardstock, and I made 2 sets, and I'll show you why here in a second. I played around with this. Actually, I want to show you a couple things here. I tried a couple different colors here. I thought, oh, there's so much blue in this background, so I picked blue and I made a blue coffee cup. And then I thought, wow, that gets lost. Then I tried a different blue and I thought, wow, that's better. Like, I just flipped the colors, but I was like, still, it's just, you know, getting lost on there. So then I tried white, but I thought the white was, here, look at the white coffee cup, was too stark. I thought, wow, that, like, you know, punches you in the face there. It's like, hello coffee. So I didn't want to quite do that. So let's set this aside here, and I'm going to take a piece of scrap paper. And what I did was I took my blending brush and this really light orange, and I'm just going to add a real light. I didn't have paper this color. If you do, then use that paper. I'd also love to hear, what color do you think the coffee cup should have been? I was trying to do something that was complimentary but not, you know, crazy in your face. I don't care that I'm getting ink anywhere else. And while I have it out, I'm going to also do this second coffee cup. This is called paper piecing. When you stamp on paper and then cut out and then glue the pieces back together, I'll show you how we're going to assemble these coffee cups again. It's called paper piecing, and it's something that we do all the time in scrapbooking, I think, but not something we think to do in stamping so much. So I was really excited when I was like, oh, we could do some paper piecing here. So now we have the 2 coffee sleeves, and I'm going to grab out just a brown, complementary brown, and I'm just going to put a little bit of brown on the edges here, just so it makes it a little bit more interesting. The stamp pad needs to be re-inked, I think. It's very light. But there you go, enough of that. And now I'm going to leave the top white because I do want it to have that, you know, bold color on the top. So now what we can do is use our glue to assemble these pieces. This is the paper piecing part, right? And now we didn't have to do any coloring. I know some people love to color and some people absolutely can't stand to color. Which camp are you in? Obviously, if you follow me, you know I love to color. but sometimes I really like to find creative ways to get around it, and this was a lot of fun. So I'm just putting some glue where the top was. This is why I didn't care if I got any of that orange on the top. Oh, I already put glue down. And now we have two really cute soft coffee cups, and it's like, it could be, I don't know, they're very neutral, which I think is important here on this card. Now we can pull our card base back in, and we have our paper here that goes inside. And what we want to do is take one of our coffee cups and set it here and decide where we want this to go. It can go anywhere you want. It can be tilted. Maybe I'll make this one tilted. Should I? Maybe just a little bit. And what we can do is take that remember that piece that went right here? We cut off. We're going to use that. We're going to flip it and put it here. And it should have some hangover here, just this little bit. And I'm going to just take my ruler. This is the easiest way I found to do this. And put it even with my card here, and then just bend this up. And it gives us a real rough score mark here, and that's fine. That's all we need. And we can fold that over, and now we can start assembling all of these pieces. So I'm going to take and put some glue on my little tab. Now you can double check and make sure before that glue sets, is that where we want our coffee cup to sit. I don't know, I kind of think, yep, okay, I like that. Sorry, I was playing around a little bit. And now we can take our big glue and we can glue this white piece down. And now we can put a little bit of glue here on the end. Now with the other coffee cup, I really decided I didn't want this to be showing or what my recipient would see. I wanted it to be nice and pretty. So that is why we made two coffee cups. One for the inside and one for the outside, and they happen to be symmetrical, so it works out very well. So whoever designed this coffee cup, thank you so much. It turned out great. Isn't that easy? So all that's left here is to put on a sentiment, and you can pick any sentiment obviously that you have in your stash, but I had this coffee is jet fuel for the morning impaired, and I wanted to stick the front of the sentiment onto the card, so I stamped it out, and I'm going to fussy cut just real loosely this so that it can help decorate the front of the card. Now you guys gotta have to help me pick out a heart here. You do a red heart. Let's see. We have this light pink heart. I like the light pink because it pulls in some of that pink from the paper, I think. What do you guys think? Or we have dark pink. Let's try the dark pink. Oh, it's a little bit bigger. I like that too. And it pulls in that pink there. So I like that. Coffee is... All right, so let's glue that down. I just thought it needed a pop of something. And I really like how the beginning of the sentiment starts right here on the front of the card and is carried over onto the inside. Now, something I did on my original, and I'm thinking about doing again, is I added a small piece of ribbon here. Again, it just feels like it needs a little something, a little texture. You tell me, what do you guys think? With ribbon, without ribbon? Okay, so I'm going to use this real like sheer, it's almost like a coffee colored, it's real light brown color. And I'm just going to tie a little bow, actually a knot around this. Now, here's a question. Could you give this card to a guy? I think if you had a red heart on here, it would be more masculine. What do you think? Would you give this card to a man? What would you do to change it to make it more masculine? So this card would be really awesome to stick a gift card in as well. So what I did, I just thought it'd be fun to add this in here. I did not add it on my original, but I took a piece of that same decorative paper, and what I'm going to do is put a U-shaped piece of glue, or like around here, to make a pocket. Does that make sense? Let me show you. So I just made a U on that decorative piece of paper, and I can stick that right inside here. And I would get a coffee gift card, but whatever kind of gift card you wanted to, and now you have a little pocket to stick that in. Isn't that fun? I love that. What a great... See, working in with you guys helps me come up with additional ideas. So let's let that dry a little bit before I stress it out with the weight of that. The last thing to do is to put in our sentiment, which says jet fuel for the morning impaired, so it carries that over. Now, I had a couple ideas of where to put this. So one thought, and I did this on my original, was I put it underneath the coffee cup. And I don't know if that's really necessary, because when you open it up, it is a little bit off center, and I don't know why, but that drives me nuts. So I think on this one, I am going to just center it and not worry so much if it's off the coffee cup. But I'm totally curious, guys. What do you think? Does it need to be centered? Should it be under the coffee cup? I would truly love to know what you guys think. Yeah, I don't know. I have a hard time with things off center. So it sticks out a little bit, but I'm figuring at this point, you're opening this up. Maybe that falls in. I don't know. There you go. I love when you guys tell me what you guys are thinking. Here are my cards, my new little fun flap card with using a stamp as part of the flap. Let me know what you guys are thinking. Tell me if you guys would do anything like that. I love the gift card idea. Thank you guys for inspiring me to take this one step farther. Have a good day, guys, and do something crafty. Bye.